Hello everyone, it's Alex and Lila, and we are co-founders of Temperament Dogs Modern Residential Training, and today we are answering your questions about our boarding and training programs.
And today's question is, where is my dog going to stay during your residential training?
And the answer to this question is very, very simple. All of the dogs that we are training, they are staying in home environment with the trainer. We don't do any kennels. We have a lot of reasons why we don't offer any residential stays in kennels. And as I mentioned before, it is only home environment with the trainer. So the dog is living as a part of the family, not being left in the kennel, basically.
Exactly. And while you are at the booking point of your journey with residential training, you will be chosen a trainer that you can choose yourself, and it's chosen for you partly as well when it comes to what you actually need. For example, if you need training with a cat around, that will usually be me because I have a cat. Or if it's horses that you require for your dog to be more accustomed to, it's going to be our lovely Poppy. So depending on what your needs are, we're going to choose the trainer that is going to be the best match. And then you can also see a video, because each of our trainers has a video showing exactly of their homes.
Something what is really important to mention over here, we strongly believe that dogs that are living in a home environment as a part of their families, they should be trained in very similar environment. It doesn't make any sense to train the dog that lives in the house, in home, to train it in the kennel. Like in vast majority of the cases, it's very difficult to replicate this sort of environment. So let's say if your dog is begging at the table, and in the kennels there are no tables, as far as I'm concerned. So it would be extremely impossible / difficult to recreate all the scenarios, right? As I said, like behavior at the table, or barking at the doorbell, or pulling on the lead to the park.
Mm-hmm. So all the everyday routines, really, like just even getting out of the house and how the dog behaves during the day when you're actually not doing anything, because loads of dogs will ask for attention in some way, but if the dog is in a kennel, that won't happen.
Yeah,
really.
We are trying, as a trainers, we are trying to, recreate your lifestyle as it is, like as close as it is humanly possible. So, for example, if your dog lives in the house and performs sort of behaviors, let's say you want to socialize, make the dog behave good around the cats, right? So we are trying to create very, very similar environments. So later on, all the training that happens during residential stay with the trainer will translate much, much better into your home environment. What is also very, very important to mention is dogs that are living in the house or in the home as a part of the families will have less of the change or surprise, or, they will settle much easier in similar environment rather than taking them from home to the kennels, right?
To a totally different environment, exactly. And it has to be said that it's so way less stressful for the dog. And honestly, I would say that 99% of dogs, they settle in an hour or two in our homes.
Yeah. Of course, we are making sure we have strict procedures how we take the dog from you. We are going for a bonding walk, or we are calling it bonding walk, and then we are trying to make it as not stressful as possible and as pleasant for the dog as possible, right?
That is also why, because that's another question that we sometimes get, that is also why we meet you for the drop-off. We meet you somewhere else than our home. So we can send you the video, but the meetup and drop-off is going to be somewhere else, just because of the dog, because we don't want your dog to see that you're in our home, but then you disappear. So when they enter our house, it's a new environment. They are with us after the bonding walk, and they can check every nook and corner and get comfortable.
Yeah, it is amazing how it works that we are going for a bonding walk. Then we don't recommend to say excessive goodbyes to the dog, just make it as casual as possible. And when we bring our trainees home, they're like, oh, okay,
like,
it's
this
cool
is-
here.
yeah.
This is my new home right now. Like it's fine. So
It's like a
the dog
kid
has a
going for a
much easier
camp.
time to settle in a new environment. Like one thing, because we have procedure how to make it least stressful, but also is very, very similar to where the dog was before.
Exactly.
So for those specific reasons, first of all, we strongly believe that the dogs that are living in the house, in the homes, in the family homes, should be trained in similar environments. So all the trainees are in home environment with the trainer, living as a part of their families, because it's much easier to recreate all the training challenges or implement routines, etc., etc. So the training will be much more effectively. But also, if it goes for setting in, it's much less stressful for the dog, because he has that. They have a lot of human contact all the time. It's not like someone from the staff will pop in for 1 hour a day or take the dog for 1 hour training a day. It is like the dog is living the trainer's life. So goes for the walks, hang out in the house, like get the cuddles, and is rarely left alone to themselves, especially at the beginning.
Exactly. And all of that makes it possible to achieve as much as it possibly is when it comes to the training as such.
Yes, it is much more effective way of training, so we can actually do more within certain amount of times. Something like, just to finish that up, also, like, in my humble opinion, right? If I had the dog that lives in the kennels, we don't want that dog, right? Because that's gonna be that won't make any sense, right? So the dogs that are living in the kennels, I believe they should be trained in the kennels. But also, like, the kennel environment is very specific, so like nobody will react if, for example, your dog will bark whole night, right? Because nobody is there. Where if it goes for home environment, we are always there. We are always there for your dog, and no such a things like that will ever take place. Cool. So that was like our answer. And then if you have any questions, if you would like to ask us about like anything, for example, how the residential training works, whatever that is,
Please ask these questions.
Send us an email or comment under this video, like depends when you are watching, and we're gonna answer all of the questions.
We are happy to do as many videos as you need.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.